Oh yeah. Good evening, guys. Welcome to the third episode of Blip Bytes. I am Ram Ronquillo. I am your host, and I am also the news editor. I'm joined by my colleagues, our editor in chief in Gadget Pilipinas, Emman, Gadget Pilipinas PC lead, Grant Soriano, and Gadget Pilipinas news writer Migs Palispis. How's everyone doing?
Hey.
Good.
Good?
Good.
Grant, kumusta?
Hey.
Kakaluto ko
Kamusta?
ng beef salpikaw.
Yun, dinner time!
habang nagpo-podcast. So guys, kuha na din kayo ng food nyo. It's gonna be a
Yan.
lengthy discussion kasi sabi namin lagi 30 minutes lang, di ba? Pero wala
Oh,
nang sumusobra.
1 hour naman.
1 hour na.
Maging realistic naman tayo.
Pero realistic ka tayo sa 1 hour. Oh.
Uy, shoutout kay Dinggoy.
Yan. Shoutout din kay John Stephen Reyes. Laging nandyan yan. Shoutout kay Sean Benedict. Uy, nga pala. Before we start anything, I'd like to congratulate Sean Benedict Uy for winning the Redmi watch giveaway. That was our giveaway in the first episode. If you guys watch that, we have one more giveaway, but we're still clearing out everything. So you should stay tuned to our social media accounts for more details. Abangan yan. So before we get to the nitty gritty of what we're talking about, I'd like to say belated happy birthday to our bossing, to our grand chief, and our producer Gian Villarbo. Love you. I hope you had a good happy birthday. Hope you had a good birthday. All right. Now that those are out of the way, as you know, currently the ongoing in Barcelona, Spain, is the Mobile World Congress 2022. One of the first brands that presented was Huawei, and as it is MWC 2022, medyo mabigat ang medyo maraming nilabas si Huawei. And the reason why we're talking about that specifically today is because one, there's a lot of it, and two, as of doing this podcast, it's the most complete news right out there. And if anything else comes out this week, you guys can check that out during our weekend tech. That's every Thursdays, if I remember correctly. How are you? I hope did you guys check out the MWC events? Guys, checked it out.
Yep, some of them.
Samsung.
Medyo matindi, no?
Yeah, sobrang daming releases today.
Yeah.
And probably for the next few days.
For the next couple of days, yeah.
Bibilit sila eh.
Ganun talaga. Yeah.
Yep. So January usually is CES, and then Feb to March usually is MWC. So among the things that Huawei released, well, I'll kick this off with Super Device, which is a feature that it introduced, which basically links up all the ecosystem devices of Huawei.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty interesting how they do it. I'd like to see that in action. Super Device feature. You can use your tablet as a second monitor, or you can send whatever's on your laptop on your MateBook to your monitor, or your Huawei monitor specifically in your tablet. And yeah, mirror mode, you have collaboration mode where you can tap into the what is it? The files of your phone or your whatever device is linked to it. And you have other stuff like using your device as a second monitor. Do you guys have experience with this type of feature? Is it?
Yeah, actually.
Tapos,
Yeah.
go.
Mm. Well, I have a MatePad 11, so and I have a Mate 30 Pro. So, well, before they launched this, actually, nakita ko na yung super device na feature dun somewhere dun
Mm.
sa menu ng MatePad 11, no? But I haven't been able to explore it. But I actually do use some of the collaborative features that are mentioned here, no? Like, na-try ko na yung gamitin ko yung tablet as a second monitor for my laptop, no? For my MateBook 13. So I have a MateBook 13 and then pwede kong gamitin yung MatePad 11 as a tablet. As a tablet and actually as a monitor, second monitor. No, and they can actually drag and drop stuff from. It also actually looks like parang it works like an actual extended monitor. No? So you can actually drag stuff there. So move stuff from the tablet screen to your laptop screen. No, okay siya. It's a pretty good thing because you don't have to, you don't have to buy an actual monitor. No, if you're traveling, lalo na pag you're traveling around, I can imagine it being very useful if you're, say, umattend ka ng mga events and you have to do something, no, pag nagsusulat ka ng articles during the event, and you need a second monitor, then you can just use the tablet, no need to buy an actual, you know, separate monitor. And then when you're done, basically you just close your laptop and then use your tablet again, no? And then collaborative features naman sa phone is that you can directly use your phone screen on your laptop, no? So it will parang naka-mirror siya. And then you can actually navigate your OS, yung EMUI with your mouse, no? And then you can open apps. You can technically use your phone using your laptop. And that's also a very good thing since even if your phone is, medyo malayo-layo ng konti, you don't have to get it, no? I believe you can also answer calls with it. Pag may pumapasok na call. So it's actually again, this is where Huawei's ecosystem really shines, no? If you already have a Huawei device like a Mate 30 Pro or a MateBook, and that this is where it will make sense, for you to get another Huawei device, no? Kasi they really, if you know how to, actually hindi naman mahirap i-activate yung mga features. So you really just have to follow yung instructions na, nakalagay sa screen, no? How to, say, for example, how to use Huawei Share, yung one-up, yung mirroring. Very simple lang naman siyang gawin. You just have to follow the instructions. And yun. So if you have multiple devices na ganun, it's very I'm actually quite surprised and amazed at how seamless it is. No? Hindi siya, kumbaga, hindi siya komplikadong gamitin. Very simple, no? So they made it work, no? And it's an exciting feature that if you have a Huawei device or multiple Huawei devices, you should really, take advantage of. Kasi it really makes your life easier. Yeah. That's what I'll be able to say about it.
Migs, alam ko naka-MateBook kaya ngayon, tama ba? Do you think these are features that you can utilize, like hearing it? Do you think these are things that you'd use, assuming you had, let's say, a tablet or another Huawei phone or tablet?
Yeah, siguro para dun sa mga tao na madalas talaga gumamit ng laptop or palaging on the go. Sila talaga pinakamakakagamit niyan. Well, as for me, parang hindi ko masyado magagamit yung ganong feature kasi bira lang din ako mag-laptop pag nasa labas lang. Lalo na ngayon, hindi naman masyado lumalabas-labas.
Hindi pa.
Hindi pa. Tingnan natin. Ano na.
Yeah. Ikaw, Grant, like, I know you're a PC kind of guy, but do you think these are features that really matter to people assuming that, like, let's say it's pretty much the same for like Apple fans and Samsung
Yeah.
fans, right? But do you think these are things that matter?
Yes. So, actually parang acquainted na ako sa ganyang feature kasi with my friends lalo na yung mga med student friends ko or law student friends, hindi sila MateBook though. Naka-Apple MacBook sila plus an
Yeah.
iPad, which is when they're studying, gamit nila yung iPad as a secondary monitor. So, sobrang convenient niya. At least, if hindi mo kailangan yung iPad mo, you have the extra monitor, perk. Lalo na kung may laptop ka. And parang it's been a long feature for Apple, and
Yeah.
to see it finally appear on other brands, no, especially with Huawei kasi malaking Android brand yan, or it's the next biggest brand. It's very convenient and parang rewarding sa users na who have been into the Huawei ecosystem, 'di ba, for quite a while. Kasi alam ko yung pinaka-remarkable sa akin for Huawei ecosystem perks was the laptop plus the phone na yung Huawei Share. Nakaganon mom ko, sobrang dali mag-transfer ng photos, ng files, PDFs, especially na sa kanya na hindi gano'n ka-techy. And then of course, with this iPad baka nga bumili pa siya ng MatePad para lang maka-second monitor sa laptop niya. Pero mas mahal siya in buying another monitor. But still, ano pa rin, parang 'di ba, it entices you to commit to the Huawei ecosystem versus getting a different brand tablet, different brand laptop, and then different brand phone. So since 2 out of 3 devices na yung mom ko, might as well go for the trifecta. Ma, kung nanonood ka, wag ngayon.
Biglang may shoutout. Hello po, tita ko na nakikinig. I think this is a question I have for everyone, like even the viewers. Like, do you think that this is a feature that we can expect like further down the line from brands that have multiple devices? Because we currently, as far as from the top of my head, I know it's on Samsung, it's on Apple, of course, and Huawei is also a special mention. But do you guys think we can see it in other companies? Because a lot of companies now are releasing multiple devices, like laptops. Like Realme has a laptop, it has a tablet, it has a phone. It's now coming out with other IoT devices. I think in general that's the trend of a lot of tech companies. Do you think this is something that we can expect from other companies? Anyone?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I don't think it will hurt not to have this kind of collaboration between devices of the same brand, no? But then again, it costs din kasi to develop and to make, alam mo yan, feature din yan that they have to develop so it will probably cost some money for them, no?
Yeah.
So depende, I guess, dun sa brand if they're really willing to commit, no, na yung users nila will be willing to invest in their devices, no. Kasi you have to gauge din, diba? At some point you have to gauge kasi if you'll just make it available to your own devices or within your brand, then that means you'll have to convince people to get your devices.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. So yeah, I guess that's the thing for me. I mean, it won't hurt if they put it there. It would be good if they put it there, but I wouldn't be, I wouldn't be surprised if brands don't. No, for reasons na yun nga. It will take some development. It will take some money. It will take, diba? And you'll have to do some optimizations din kasi, diba? For everything to work seamlessly. So, yeah. If it's worth it to them, then okay.
Ikaw, Grant.
Yes, actually, sana trend na nga siya na for every device there's some sort of not just compatibility but parang second use for the devices, no? Especially sobrang useful nito if in the long run yung magluluma na yung devices mo na you can just
That's true.
repurpose it just as another monitor or pagtapos ka na gawin mong tablet mode to watch, ganun. And for productivity, yun nga, the second monitor. Plus parang ano na din siya, yung main I would say convenience kasi dito is yung compatibility kasi there are apps that can make your existing tablet, 'di ba, connect to a PC and act as a monitor. Gano'n din sa iPhone and or sa Apple MacBooks or iPads and Windows devices or Android devices. But then again, ang problema mo kasi do'n is latency issues, compatibility issues, minsan may delay yung movement ng monitor. But if brand mismo yung nag-implement diyan, it's on a driver level or API level, eh. So,
True.
sobrang fluid dapat na experience mo, which is kung enthusiast ka or if you're really a fan of that feature, sobrang ano, eh, sobrang blessing, parang gano'n.
It's true. Sabi nga ni 71 Dingoy 71, select market in my honest opinion and restricting as well in my honest opinion.
Yeah, restricting kasi parang yun yung bait to commit to the ano, eh,
Yeah.
The brand.
to the brand.
But I think like if you have the same, if you can commit the quality, I think it's worth like sticking. Like if there's a reason for people to stick to your brand, I think they will.
Masulit eh kung
Oo.
nagagamit mo ng ano eh. Kumbaga yun nga yung sinabi ni Grant na kahit luma na yung gamit mo, pwede mo pa rin i-repurpose. 'Di ba parang in the long run, yung parang ROI
Yung
parang
value.
ganun.
Yeah.
Yung value na ma-maximize.
Especially in an age where halos every year refresh na
bago.
ulit eh.
Oo.
Um, I like the insight. Actually, that question that came out while I think Emman was speaking, like, oh, ano, I think it's gonna come out. But you know, what do you connect Huawei? Going back to our main topic, which is MWC 2022. Huawei released the MateBook X Pro 2022 and the MateBook E. Okay, let's first go through the MateBook X Pro 2022, which is their flagship notebook. For just a general gist, it has an in 11th generation, mind you, 11th generation Intel Core i7 processor. It comes with 16 GB of LPDDR4X RAM and 1 terabyte of M.2 NVMe SSD. Yeah, it's a refresh, I think, of the predecessor.
Parang na-late parts eh.
Anong well, ano sabi nyo? I think I'll go to Grant first since this is his alley. What's your take on an 11th gen processor? And how big of a difference is it from 12?
Well, right now, may 12 gen Alder Date na, the 12 gen mobile CPUs are due to release pa lang this March, I believe. Hindi naman ako naka-NDA, I think. Tingin ka agad sa taas. Hindi naman. Yeah, but sa mga March, around that target date. And I guess na-late lang to dahil siguro production issues or supply issues. I guess it will boil down to pricing kung medyo mababa na siya at the start. And yeah, for 12 gen naman kasi usually announcement pa lang tong darating ngayong March and availability will probably be on the second half pa for most part. And kasi for 12 gen din kasi or for laptop releases ng Intel, mauuna kasi muna yung performance CPUs or yung H series, which is more for gaming versus yung mga ultrabook or ultra low voltage line nila na yun nga for notebooks, for mga thin and light laptops. So MateBook X, it's one of the thin and light laptops eh. So I guess okay lang for 11th gen for now, especially if again you're a fan. But enthusiast aside, of course, aantayin mo yung 12th gen releases, no? Kasi apart from the better specs, internal specs, of course, yung generational improvements din over the predecessor yung titignan mo.
Yeah.
But looking at the MateBook X, actually, ang ganda niya.
It really is.
So lalo na talaga yun nga, sobrang ganda pag pinair mo with the tablet.
Yeah.
And hindi ko makita yung GPU, but kasi ako gusto ko lang makapag-Dota at least
Intel
at
Iris
least on the
XE
go.
lang siya.
Yeah, Iris is I
XE,
think
yeah.
that's okay, but ayun nga, it's a 4K 14.2 inch 90 Hz refresh rate screen. So
Yep.
sobrang ganda nito for work kasi I think it's 2:1 aspect ratio. So it's a bit taller than the usual 16:9 screens. So sobrang ganda nito for productivity and of course entertainment. And I guess for the value, since nilagay ni Ram yung price, go check Ram's article.
Yep.
Euros kasi. So I guess 70k conversion more or less.
Dinaan ko siya sa Google. And
Okay.
Google tells me it's 108,998.64 pesos.
Oh, okay. For the i7 model.
Isang model lang siya.
Boom!
Yeah, I mean that's the highest end, diba?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wala siyang variant. That's it. That's your only option.
Okay. Kasi yung na-scroll down ko was the MateBook E.
Yeah.
So 1,899. Okay. Well, I mean, considering ito yung release cycle ng MateBook X Pro, kung dikit talaga siya sa per generation, like I'm expecting the next MateBook X Pro 2023 now, which is 13th gen na siya. So parang mahirap naman mag-antay by then, especially if you're in the need to buy a new laptop. So yeah, I think it's the best that you can buy right now. I mean, for me, yung purchasing decisions kasi on what I would advise to others is saka ka mag-decide or saka mo i-pull yung options mo kapag ready ka na bumayad kung ano kaya mong bayaran at the moment. Kasi kung mag-aantay ka lang at mag-aantay, parang meron ka pang parang may torment siya na paiba-iba yung options mo every time, and then pag may nagustuhan ka na, it's only a few thousand pesos more. Tatagal na naman yung purchase mo, mag-iipon ka, and vice versa. And I guess for those na wanting to parang maximize the 1,899 euros, siguro mag-antay na lang kayo ng pre-order benefits kasi usually mga first wave of stocks may kasamang libreng bundle yan. So Huawei, gandahan nyo po yung bundle deal nyo kasi 6 digits laptop to. And yeah, ayun, or of course wait for sales, no, kasi usually after pag mga ganito na super high-end models, usually after ilang months, 3 to 6 months, at least binabawasan to 10% off or something. Kasi medyo malaki naman yung margin sa mga ganitong devices, no. So and since yun nga hindi mabilis yung turnover ng stock sa mga stores, so I guess there will be sales bound to happen very soon for usually nga for high-end devices. Then pwede naman yun. But I guess the value lies in the pre-order bundles nga kung gusto niyo talaga.
For context pala, I think this is coming to the Philippines. It's not confirmed. Kind of confirmed. But I think we can expect it here. We're not sure what the local price is. So any of the devices that we will be discussing tonight, wala pang local pricing. Just for clarity. To everyone, Emman or Migs, anong tingin niyo sa MateBook X Pro? Alright.
Sa akin kasi parang medyo weird lang na yun nga, na parang nahuli sila. Pero sana pag nilaunch nila dito sa Philippines, sana may maiba yung presyo ng onte.
Yeah.
Kung may man yun, kung may effect man yan sa pricing ng mga brands. Kasi ang bigat masyado ng 6 digits.
Although, you get 16 GB RAM and 1 tera. Medyo matagal-tagal na sa'yo yan.
Pero ako kasi tinitingnan ko kasi sa sa pag as a gamer So parang wala pang trabaho talaga siya parang ganun. Well, depende sa tumitingin.
Ikaw, Emman, may masasabi ka ba sa ano?
Sound check.
Yan.
Malakas ba?
Yan. Welcome.
Come
Yan.
back.
Problem with my mic. No? Kaya pag naka-volume dial yung mic. Wala kasi switch to eh. So, you have to. So, anyway, yeah, well, it is what I expected no, from. It is a MateBook Pro X, which is the flagship. No?
Yeah.
So it is so far as kung ano yung available today, it's still the most, I guess, the most powerful of the lineup. And I think that you still get maganda naman yung hardware eh. It's still, I guess, the latest that you can get today. Yun nga lang, mahal talaga siya. I mean, it is pricey for it's kung syempre hindi naman yan yung actual price pagdating yan dito ko sakali but knowing the history of MateBook X Pro, dumating dito yung huling MateBook X Pro, so I wouldn't be surprised kung dadating din yan dito yun nga lang, sana gandahan nila yung bundle
yung bundle
magaling naman si Huawei mag-bundle ng items eh. So far, karamihan ng product launches nila, maganda talaga yung mga bundle. As in, you really get like more than what you pay. And, ayun, I guess dun sa price, wala naman tayong magagawa kasi, yun nga, di ba may chip shortage ngayon, marami pang factors that are kicking in. I mean, pandemic pa din, so logistical issues and stuff. So, mataas talaga yung presyo ng mga goods. So, ayun, sana lang mabawi nila dun sa offers nila, if dumating man yan dito. It would be a nice, lalo na if you have like a MateBook that's maybe 2-3 generations down.
Yeah.
I think this will be a good upgrade, if you have the budget for it.
True.
Yeah.
I think kung maganda yung bundle nila, it'll tie into yung collaborative feature. Like it'll allow you, like if you're entering the ecosystem for the first time and you're like, you know what, I want their flagship. It's a good entry point.
I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea if I don't know kung magkano yung but hindi I wouldn't mind having a freebie like an actual Huawei monitor, right? Diba? Or a MatePad, something that can collaborate with this product, so that you can actually try it out. Hindi naman kailangan yung pinaka high-end na tablet or yung pinaka high-end na monitor, but something that you can actually use in pair with this product, so you can take advantage of the collaborative features ng Huawei. I wouldn't mind kung yun yung bundle. Kahit yun lang.
Diba?
Kahit wala nang iba. Kahit monitor or tablet.
Sulit ka na dun.
Kahit wala nang iba. Kahit wala nang extra. Okay na yun. Yeah.
Huawei, baka naman.
Maybe please.
Binibigyan lang natin sila ng suggestion. Wala nang mas suggest, diba? But that would be a banger of, a bundle. Walang, yun. That would be like the best bundle you can get. If you're gonna get something like this,
Yeah.
Tama naman, diba? Kaysa mag-bundle ka ng kung ano, no speaker na bibigay ka ng 2K speaker, maganda ring speaker ng 100K laptop. Grand Strands na ba ito?
Yan na.
I mean, di ba yung bundle naman sana na may sense? Wow.
In fairness,
diba?
They were already bundling the watch.
The watch and the one. Yun.
Watch 3 ba yun? Yung the latest?
GT3, yeah.
Maganda. In fairness, maganda yun. So,
maganda yun.
Diba? Sundan na nila. No? Sundan na nila ng tuloy-tuloy na yung ganun. Kasi, yun I mean, if you're paying 100, well, kung magkano man yan pagdating dito, Diba? But we can expect that it will be, it won't be below probably a certain threshold, no? Probably around 80 yan or something, 90. Uh, diba? If you're paying something like that, diba, you're gonna expect premium treatment.
Of course.
So it wouldn't be, I don't think it will be a bad idea to bundle it with something that
I
will, connect to.
tama naman para ma-maximize mo, 'di ba? And
Oh,
it keeps you in their ecosystem.
it gives you more reasons to get another item, di ba?
Yeah.
Pag-launch ng susunod na tablet,
Mm.
ng monitor, di ba? It gives you a more enticing reason na, teka, dalawa na yung Huawei devices ko eh. Nagdaga ko pa ng isa, di ba? Nasa loob na ako ng ecosystem eh, di ba?
Parang yung nanay ni Grant.
Oh,
Yes.
di ba? Huawei, baka may keyboard.
Google na.
Baka may keyboard kayo dyan.
I think for like a good comparison, I looked at our MateBook X Pro 2020 article, and it was locally priced at 119,990. So that was the 2020 version. So I can expect it to be at least in the 100 range. Maybe a bit less. I'm not sure. Abangan natin yung pagdating dito pag kung dumating. Now moving on, the MateBook E, yung kasabay ni MateBook X Pro 2022. MateBook E is a 2-in-1 laptop. It has a 12.6-inch OLED panel. Excuse me. It comes with it comes with an 11th gen Intel Core i3, i5, or i7 processor with Intel Iris Xe graphics. 8 or 16 RAM, 256 or 512 NVMe SSD. It supports the second generation Huawei M Pencil stylus, and according to its release in Europe, it comes bundled with a smart magnetic keyboard. I honestly have no experience with 2-in-1 laptops. I'm not sure about the experience. I'm not sure how it fares as a laptop as compared to like if I have like a traditional laptop or like a tablet. Like what's the difference between that? So anong masabi nyo? Anyone? Grant siguro, Mr. PC Man.
Yan. Ito, actually, for this type of laptops, I've actually been a fan of Surface Pro device type laptops. I've been
Okay.
dreaming of owning one.
Yeah.
And for the MateBook E, it's very, very close to a Surface device kasi nga it's usually a tablet style-ish device na magiging PC siya with the keyboard or with the magnetic keyboard, smart attach keyboard, whatever you call it.
Mhm.
And yung main selling point kasi nito is aside from the tablet mode, which hopefully nag-improve na sa Windows platform, yung Windows S Special OS. Hopefully nag-improve na. And ayun nga, in tablet mode, yung pinaka selling point kasi nito, it's very, very light, or mostly lighter than other devices. Kasi yun nga, with the MateBook E, it only weighs 709 grams. I guess tablet only lang to, wala pa yung keyboard. But then again,
Yep.
it's that light. Kasi for usual Ultrabook yung mga 13-inch or 12-inch natin from other brands, parang 800 grams at most na lang yung pinaka mababa nila na kaya na without compromising on build quality and other stuff. But yun nga, if you have a detachable keyboard, less things to worry about kasi nga yung kapal na makukuha mo dun sa keyboard for the thinness din, hindi mo din iisipin. And again, yun nga, with these types of devices, touchscreen na din kasi siya, which for me, dapat lahat ng laptop support na, even gaming laptops, kasi sobrang mura lang sa factory nung parang film to make it touchscreen capable. So, and I think it's very convenient din for a device na medyo malaki yung screen, especially now that we're aiming for higher resolution displays. And based on the article, kasama na yung keyboard which Ram mentioned earlier, and the Huawei M Pencil. So at 649 euros, yung which is peso price 337 pesos for the i3 8 gig 128 gig model, sobrang sulit niya na. Kasi in comparison for Microsoft devices, yung pinakamurang i3 model na nakita ko, which is 4 gig RAM pa and then 128 gig na eMMC storage, not SSD,
Mhm.
is priced at 40k plus or at least 45k plus.
Mhm.
Depende na lang yun if you're buying gray market or importing. But then again, dun sa price na yun, hindi pa kasama yung keyboard and a pen. Yung Microsoft keyboard costs around 7,000, yung
Oh.
bago. Plus the pencil costs around 5,000. So yung value pa lang nito
Grabe.
is way big, 'di ba? So sobrang
Yeah.
sulit na. And I hope hindi siya pre-order bonus na parang in the near future, ito talaga yung kasama niya with inside the box na. Kasi sobrang value-wise niya. And if we happen to get a review sample of this, no, Huawei baka naman kung magandahan ako or
Isingit
of course
mo
kung sino
na.
magre-review sa atin, I might get this instead of the Surface Pro kasi nga yung value nandun eh. Kasi it serves you the same purpose, and sa Surface devices naman wala namang exclusive features doon, and especially na yun nga wala pang local local distributor dito, so pahirapan pa yung warranty.
True.
And ayun nga, going back with the Huawei ecosystem pa, there's that added benefit, no? So ayun, it's a very good product. I think yung yun pala, going back, yung pinaka I guess competitor nito is the Lenovo Duet line, but I guess yung sa Duet kasi 60k yung entry level price niya.
Oh.
So it's nice to see a convertible,
Yeah.
or a 2-in-1 that's priced at below 40k pesos, no?
Yeah.
So sobrang sulit. And sana below 40k dumating dito. Knowing Huawei siguro since 37k yung conversion, baka 42,500 yung dito, yung price dito. Ano na yun with custom stocks.
40,000 yung
Yeah, mga
estimate.
42 estimate ko, 42, 43. Or 44,995 pag may bundle na siguro case, then baka yung fit band nila, yung usual bundles at at that price.
May experience ka ba sa 2-in-1, Emman?
The tablet that I have, the MatePad 11, it has a keyboard, no? And yun, sort of parang ganun din yung experience, except that I'm using Harmony OS and Windows. May pen compatibility din siya. Saan nga ba yung pen? Andun, sa kabilang kwarto. But yeah, the experience is basically it's a depende kasi kung pagdating sa tablet naman kasi to. So it really is a depende, no? I mean, this is like the MateBook E is like a full-fledged PC eh. So yun. Depende, I guess, ako kung magugustuhan ko siya dun sa quality ng keyboard niya, no?
Keyboard reliant ka.
Keyboard, yeah.
Kasi yung kung that's the thing that can go wrong kasi, 'di ba? Parang it's not as if you're gonna expect like Mac keyboard performance from a kind of keyboard na ganyan, no, I think you'll be disappointed. Kung doon ka galing, sanay ka sa Mac keyboard talaga, and then you're suddenly gonna type on something like that, no? Parang it depends, no? Kasi hindi naman din naman yung main goal na ibigay sa yung typing experience of a mechanical keyboard, since ang focus naman nito is portability, no? It's not really more of parang functionality, more of portability. So kumbaga, kung kukunin mo to, you have to be prepared to make that sacrifice, no? Kung sanay ka sa keyboard na ayun, ano yun, yung custom keyboard or yung pre-builts na may mga mechanical, yun yung magiging parang kailangan mo sanayin yung sarili mo, no? But if you're the type of person nga, na yun nga, that on the go ka talaga and you're like, palipat-lipat ka ng lugar, tapos hindi mo naman kailangan yung keyboard lagi, kailangan mo lang yung pen. For example, pumunta ka lang sa meeting sa kabilang kwarto para mag-notes or or manood ng movie, tapos pag hindi mo na kailangan, babalik mo na siya doon. I think that maybe that's where it counts, no? But yun. So it seems like yun nga for its price, no. It looks like an exciting product to have here kasi nga maganda yung, well, at least yung direct conversion niya is maganda yung price points, no. Obviously pagdating yan dito, there will probably be probably some additions, no, to the price. But it can't be that big, no, knowing Huawei. Sometimes minsan nga may device na mas mura pa dito kaysa dun sa international market, no.
Talaga?
So yeah, as far as I remember, meron silang releases na parang mas mura pa dito. But I think those are phones, no. Pero yun, it is, it would be nice to see kung gaano kaganda yung number one, yung display and yung keyboard niya, kung gaano ka siya okay in terms of if you're gonna use it as a daily driver and you're gonna type on it like the whole day, no? Like if you're just gonna use it as your main workhorse and you're gonna use it sa office na maliit lang yung space mo, that's where it will count, no? So it will be interesting to see kung gaano kaganda yung pagkaka-execute, no? So it's more of the execution that I'll be looking for if they're gonna send us a review unit of this, no? Or if even kung dadating man yan dito, no? So yeah, so hopefully
Huawei.
Hopefully.
Baka naman. Maybe.
Let's give them ideas. So
yeah, syempre. Before we get to Migs and hear his thoughts, he has a couple of fans in the chat. What's up kay Brett Meneses, kay Momo, and syempre si 71 Dingoy. Migs, what's your take on a 2-in-1 laptop? And anong masama sa mga kaibigan natin?
Sa mga kaibigan ko, huwag kayong magulo dyan. Hindi, yung 2-in-1, wala kasi ako masyadong experience sa 2-in-1. Yung huli kong tablet, medyo matagal na, parang college pa yata yung huli kong gamit eh. Pero yeah, yun nga, again, kasi ako hindi talaga ako mahilig gumamit ng mga devices sa labas ng bahay ko eh, parang phone lang talaga. Tas para sa akin kasi lahat ng electronics ko sa bahay lang talaga. Para doon lang talaga. Para maiba lang kumbaga pag nasa labas ako. So yun, yung experiences ko sa ganyan medyo limited pa.
Do you think a 2-in-1 is something you're willing to experience more than a typical laptop?
Yeah, oo, kasi kung sa mobility, kung mobility yung pag-uusapan, mas madali siyang dalhin kung saan-saan eh. I mean, kung wala ka namang heavy stuff na gagawin, wala ka namang video editing or whatever, parang okay siya. Yun yung parang magpapabili sa akin.
Yung ease of the portability of the device.
Yun mismo.
Gotcha. So from laptops, we go to an all-in-one PC, which is the Huawei MateStation X, which is their biggest all-in-one PC. It is at 28.2 inch IPS LCD touchscreen. It has a metal unibody. It has 3 speakers. It has an AMD Ryzen 5 5600H processor with 16 GB RAM and 1 terabyte of M.2 NVMe SSD. Again, it comes bundled with a keyboard, a wireless keyboard, and a Bluetooth mouse. And it is priced at 2,199 euros. So that is... Wait, let me do this on the fly. That is expensive, but let me do this on the fly. To PHP, that is 126,000 roughly. around that price. Again, because it's a PC, I go straight to you, Grant. What do you think of this?
I'm waiting for the full article on our side to load. Kakapindot ko pa lang. So, 126 and then yung pinaka-ninote mo kasi it's a Ryzen 5 4600H
56.
5600H
Yeah.
processor. So, it's a mobile processor to start with. So, that for me, X na kaagad.
Okay.
Kasi for that type of PC kasi, I'd expect a full-fledged desktop
Oo nga, no? Weird.
desktop silicon, 'di ba? Well,
Mm.
it's probably to keep the the design or overall thickness
Oo.
low din kasi based sa picture sobrang ganda niya tignan, especially
Totoo.
the monitor
Sobrang
which I
sleek, no?
guess dun nanggaling yung value mo, which is mukhang dun nga kasi it's a 28.2-inch IPS LCD screen with basically a tall 4K resolution.
Mm.
And ayun nga 16 gig RAM, 1 terabyte
Oo nga.
storage. Siguro in
Dun na lang
PC
binawi.
specs, you'd get siguro if I were to make a PC build na parang ididikit ko yung specs, siguro the monitor would cost at around since a 4K monitor tapos color accurate pa since it mentions 98% DCI-P3. Siguro the PC build since Ryzen 5 5600H could only go for the PC itself could only go for at most 50K. And then
Mhm.
siguro around 60K to 70K nga for the monitor itself. And going from that,
Mahal pa
parang
yung monitor.
monitor nga talaga yung binili mo dito kasi it's a color accurate display plus it's a high resolution display. Pero yun lang, I dislike the choice of the processor kasi mukhang
Processor.
wala ding kasamang graphics and of course that kahit pa latest yan na generation na mobile processor, the integrated graphics will surely have a hard time running the display kahit sabihin mong office tasks lang yan. And something that the consumers or the average person wouldn't consider din is yung memory niya. Since it's using an integrated GPU, yung 16 gig RAM na kasama dun sa MateStation X is not really fully utilized by the processor itself. So, sabihin mo at least 4 gig dyan is shared by the device which leaves you to 12 gig effective usable memory. And yun nga, going back to the 4K resolution na 2 by 1 ish pa. It's a very it's a very resource consuming device,
Mhm.
no, yung monitor pa lang. So at least dito I would have preferred kung 16 gig yung RAM niya, at least sa Ryzen 7 yung nakasaksak para there's more headroom for performance, or at least kung Ryzen 5 yung nakalagay, 32 gig RAM yung nakasaksak. But then again, okay lang din naman tong ganitong configuration so long as the memory is upgradable, which is a big question mark kung upgradable nga ba or hindi.
Tanong nga ni Brett Meneses.
Is the storage expandable?
Usually it's a 2-in-1 expandable base storage. I've never
Or
actually used it 2-in-1.
2-in-1.
I mean all-in-one, sorry. All-in-one.
Actually, for all AIOs,
Parang hindi,
depende
no?
sa design eh. Yung mga dating AIO kasi, so mga pre-2019, pre-2018 designs, para lang siyang isang frame na case sa likod na pwede mong baklasin, expose na lahat. But with these newer designs, mukhang
Parang
fully
hindi.
enclosed talaga siya, which makes upgradability very hard. And I guess dito hindi. And
External
yun
na
nga,
lang.
since we've already tackled storage expansion, hindi disclosed dun sa announcement ni Huawei yung ports. Kasi nag-focus sila sa screen and then the design, gano'n. So sa ports, I would like to see Thunderbolt, but then again, it's an AMD Ryzen device which is
Wala USB-C.
Thunderbolt is usually
Okay.
exclusive to Intel. And ayun
I
na nga, but so parang dun pa lang tagilid ka ulit slight if you're aiming for more storage. And sana naman at least I would like to see at least 6 USB slots
Apat.
and 2 Apat yung nakalagay?
Apat lang,
USB-C,
yeah.
dalawa. Tapos
Dalawang
dalawang
USB-C,
USB.
yeah.
Dalawang USB-C, dalawang regular?
USB-A.
Parang fall short ako dyan kasi usually for USB-A devices, keyboard and mouse mo na yun kung di mo gagamitin yung included. So that leaves you with the 2 USB-C devices
Dalawa
na
na lang,
kailangan mo
oo.
i-dongle. Yeah, naka-mention pala sa
Buti na
article. Pero hindi minention yung throughput niya. If it's USB Gen USB 3.2 Gen 2, then okay pa siya kasi pwede mo siya i-dongle nation. But if it's 3.1, then baka mahirapan ka, especially if you want to expand your storage
Sobrang
with
bigat.
an external SSD, external HDD, or a dock, 'di ba? So dito parang mahirap to Huawei kasi at this price sobrang rival mo yung iMac
Mhm.
'di ba? And of course yung pre-built plus monitor or custom DIY market din yung kalaban mo dito. So, I'd like to see kung paano to ima-market ni Huawei, especially that it's a make station. So, with the word station, it's a workstation.
Yeah.
Mukhang design lang yung panlaban
But
nila.
then again, the spec shows na parang it's not really that heavy for work. More on office work lang to na maganda yung screen na mas manonood ka pa ng Netflix kesa magbukas ng Excel sheet. That's my view of it.
Enjoyin yung
Yeah.
kulay. Ganda ng kulay.
Ganda
Diba?
ng kulay, oo. Emman, anong take mo sa sa Mate Station X? Although I honestly like the
Ano yung design?
insight of Grant because I never took into consideration the mobile processor and its shortcomings. Ikaw Emman, anong masabi mo sa sa Mate Station
Well,
X?
it looks good. Number one, it looks good. Maganda siya. I can imagine just fitting in your, if you have a white desk and,
Yeah.
yung very aesthetic,
Ah,
very, I guess, contemporary setting, no? Parang nai-imagine ko to sa solid wood desk and then white yung likod niya and stuff. In a typical parang office environment na yung magagandang office. Bagay ito doon, no? I guess yun nga, the problem lang talaga is that parang medyo underwhelming yung initial specs niya for the price. Yeah, I guess yun yan, it will boil down to if ever yan nga yung actual price niyan pagdating dito.
Yeah.
Or there are probably kung maglalabas silang additional configurations exclusive dito or something, I don't know, possibly, no, or baka in the future, no, biglang may may upgraded version pala niyan na hindi pa minention doon or something. Pero yun nga, it is parang medyo hard sell siya, no, kung as it is you're gonna sell it at say 6-digit price, no.
Yeah.
Medyo hard sell siya, at least for me, no, but I would think that some users would, they would look at something like this for their setup, no, na ganun. And then they're probably gonna be willing to pay that price, no, kasi probably ayaw nila talaga nung isang brand, no.
Yeah. Yes.
Pwede kasi yun dahil wala ka namang, I mean, what else is like this, no?
Yeah.
Wala naman, di ba? I think this is a unique design, no, so far as so wala siyang kalaban in terms of yung form factor niya. So probably some people will get it, no, for the sake of but yun nga, if you're gonna get it, you have to know na yung limitation niya, that hindi siya, it's not gonna be a performance powerhouse. It's gonna be for very, very light tasks, no. I wouldn't say na OLATs naman siya na talaga yung performance, but it's like it's made for a specific set of tasks, no. It's na parang kumbaga may tina-target siyang segment, no. Just like any other product, may tina-target siyang segment. Yun nga lang, let's face it, it's not gonna be easy to chunk out a 6-digit price tag kung alam mong ganun yung product. So so it also, again, it boils down to kung how Huawei will will execute this o yung marketing niya, kung ibabundle niya to with a good another product na that can connect to this, like, I don't know, a tablet or something. Pero yun nga, let's see, no? Let's see kung but maybe then again, they already know, no, at the same time that it's not gonna sell a lot, no? So,
Yeah.
Pero ano,
pwede rin kasing hindi nila talaga dalhin to dito dahil yun nga. Diba?
Niche.
May analysis din naman na ginagawa sila, di ba?
Mm.
Before nila dalhin yung product dito kung bebenta siya dito o hindi.
Mm.
So if tingin nila na talagang mataas yung price tag and mukhang hindi naman mababa yung demand, no? Kasi yun nga, honestly, a lot of people would think that for that kind of price, bumuo ka na lang ng PC, di ba? Or something.
Oo eh. Grabe.
But yun nga, again, ako, if I had an extra 100k something to spare, no, that I wouldn't mind, I'll get it for the looks, no?
Easy.
Kasi maganda talaga siya. Pero yun nga, let's see, no? Let's see what will happen, no? Let's see if talagang dadali nila dito, if magkakaroon siya ng konting price adjustment, no? If ibabundle nila to with a certain product, no, that will boost its, I guess, appeal, no? Or if there are gonna be any other variants of this na lalabas before nila i-release dito, or kapag dating dito may iba siyang variant na hindi ganito yung setup. So yeah.
Pero I have a question for the for the Meet Station X, kasi the article mentioned or Huawei advertised na the 3 speakers are co-engineered with the audio brand Deviolet. It's my first time hearing about
Deviolet.
that brand. Deviolet, okay.
Yeah.
So it's my first time hearing about that brand. Is it a good one? A premium one? Parang ano ba siya? Parang hi-fi level na ba siya?
Para siyang, I guess it's the equivalent of like Dynaudio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mga ganun. Let's say like Harman, Dynaudio, yung mga ganun. I forgot yung origin niya. It was mentioned before nung it was previous launches kasi they've been collaborating with Devialet na matagal na eh. For their speakers, no, for their Huawei sound.
Yep.
Yung mga yun. Unfortunately, we didn't get to review it. It was launched here, but we didn't get to review it. So sana, Huawei, if you wanna,
Maybe.
Maybe.
I promise we'll do a fair sound review. Yeah. Hopefully, but it is
Trusted.
Devialet is like parang in the ranks of those brands, no?
Yeah.
Ganun siya. I guess it's just that no, it's not very popular here. Parang I guess Meridian.
It's a French brand.
Meridian, LG, ganun. Yan. Harman Kardon, mga ganun. Yeah.
Sabi ni Gian, Bang & Olufsen levels daw.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
So maybe yun nga, that's where the bulk of the price went din.
Probably. Yeah.
So you're paying for the monitor and the speakers.
The speakers.
The design.
The design.
And the design. Sorry.
Technically, you're paying for the design itself.
Pero
Kasi-
medyo may napansin ako sa design niya eh. Parang na-OC ako dun sa stand niya.
Bakit?
Parang konting tulak mo lang. Parang ang liit eh. Yun lang. Parang
baka sa picture
anxiety-inducing.
Yeah, baka sa picture lang. Yeah, it could be, pagtingin sa actual
The renders.
Yeah,
You know what? I never bothered when I was editing the photos, but now that you mention it, yep.
Kasi
I see.
the thing is, another thing that
Liit ng paa niya.
could make it expensive is the actual design of it. No?
Yeah, that's true.
To fit everything in this thing na kung ganyan siya kanipis,
Ganyan kanipis, no?
ganyan kanipis, ganyan kaliit, ganyan ka-slim, ganyan kaganda, di ba? You may call that an engineering marvel, no? And that's where I guess yun nga, a lot of the development costs went.
Laban talaga.
Number one, I think ito yung una nilang ganito na form factor, di ba? So this is like a Gen 1 product, no? So ayan. So it's like testing the waters.
Yeah.
So Gen 1 siya. So usually pag Gen 1 talaga andun parang naka-pour lahat doon ng ano eh ng costs. So it's also probably dahil ganun.
Para sa mga avid watchers and listeners natin, parang nabanggit na yata ni Emman for the past 2 episodes yung Gen 1. So this is where we see the kink and all the little experimentations of the company.
Gusto nila i-try.
Yeah.
Parang yung vision na TV. It was the first gen.
So if it will arrive here, we'll have to wait and see about the price. We'll see if it will actually come here. Before we move on, if you guys wanna check out all these news, for those that are listening, you guys can check out our website, gadgetpilipinas.net. You can also follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Like us on all those platforms, Gadget Pilipinas. Last on the list is, and actually my favorite, kaya ko siya hinuli, is the Huawei MatePad paper, which is a name that will kind of bring you back to your high school days. Or grade school days. Bring out your pad paper and time for the test. It is the company's first e-ink tablet. It has a 10.3 inch 2K display. And actually a lot of its features goes the central point of this tablet is the e-ink feature. It also has 4 GB RAM and 64 storage. Does anyone use an Amazon Kindle? See Emman, I think, right? Do you use your Kindle?
Yeah, I use it. I will say I use it. Yeah. Andun siya sa kabila. Yeah, I do. Hindi ko pa lang siya nabibilhan
ng case.
Ng case, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's there.
It's
a very cute.
What's your take on what do you think of e-ink? Because it's really different. Like e-ink is, I have a Kindle of my own. It is right here by my bed.
Ano ba? For reading purposes, I guess it's like it really does give you that experience of as if you're actually reading an actual book, no?
Yeah.
I guess that's the goal of it.
Yeah.
And it's also very, very power efficient. Dahil sobrang tagal na nung Kindle ko na hindi siya na-charge and it's still working. No, it's still running. I'm not sure how it works. I mean, how it looks like on a high performance device, no? Kasi ang Kindle isn't really a high performance device.
It's an ebook reader.
It's an ebook reader. So,
yeah.
So mabagal siya pag when you're scrolling and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure how it performs as when you put that in a proper
tablet.
So I could only imagine kung gaano siya ka-smooth and But yeah, if you're I would say that if you're into reading books, no, it's a good way of doing it. If you're hindi ka talaga picky that you're really after the feel of holding a book, no. Yeah. So yeah, that I guess that's how I view e-ink.
E-ink, yeah. The display is said to have a smart refresh technology, so according to the company, you can browse the web, play videos. Not sure how, but all right. And it supports the M stylus, the second generation M Pencil stylus. So,
okay.
I think the main selling point of this tablet is that it's e-ink, and you can write on it with a stylus.
Yeah.
So I think there's that. What do you guys think of this presentation of a tablet?
Yeah, I guess it's a larger ebook reader.
Yeah.
Does it do anything else apart from that? Does it
It
function like a normal tablet apart
yeah.
from that? Okay.
From think of it as a half tablet, half ebook reading.
So it has Harmony OS.
Yes, it does. Custom siya.
Okay. Okay. I think then it's if kaya lang is it like it's gonna be like e-ink all the way, no?
Yes.
So even your OS will look like ano no, parang
E-ink,
ebook.
yes.
Okay. I guess yun lang yung magiging ano niya, no? You have to get used to that.
Yeah.
That your main OS will not be the colorful OS that you're used to, no, when
You're used to, yeah.
using a tablet. You're gonna have to accept that this is an ebook reader first and foremost, and yun nga, so e-ink all the way. So kumbaga, if you don't mind that kind of operation, you're gonna use like your tablet na as a normal tablet but with no really color na parang uh, like a normal tablet.
Mhm.
I guess, yeah. But then again, yun nga, that's where mapapapili ka ngayon, no?
Mm.
Do you get an actual tablet na lang and then just get an ebook reader there somewhere, an ebook reading app, di ba? And then just read your book in that app and then go back to your tablet and use the tablet as it is, no?
Mhm.
Alam ka naman manood ka ng YouTube na, di ba? Kasi yun, di ba? So, so yan, that's where it will come in, no? Mapapapi. Kumbaga, it's gonna be like a dedicated talaga na device for that. So it's like if you're gonna buy this, you're gonna buy this for the ebook reading lang talaga, no? And nothing else, I guess. Yun nga. So magkakaroon ka ngayon ng ano that you'll have to. It's gonna be an additional device that you'll bring.
Yeah.
That yun.
I
So if you have like a phone, a tablet, a laptop, and then this, diba? So yun. That's the thing with ano kasi dedicated devices. No, you're gonna have to count them as
an extra device.
an external device, extra device that you have to carry around. Same with digital audio players. Ganun sila eh.
Yeah.
So yun yung parang magiging not really well, it can be a drawback for some people, no? Because they don't want to carry as additional device. But ang kapalit naman nun is a better experience reading ebooks, no?
Yeah.
Now, if you can get on with that, okay lang sa'yo yun, and then I think this is a good buy. Depende sa presyo niya, no? But yun nga, if you're the type of person who hates carrying more than 2 devices at the same time, this is probably not for you. Or if you're gonna buy this, wala ka ng phone and ito lang dadalhin mo. Yeah, you're gonna
Speaking of not for you, tingin ko si Grant. Tingin ko si Grant maraming ano eh. Yung reaction pa lang na kanina medyo medyo
of course.
Okay.
Ito na yung grandsons.
and
Ayun, so good side muna or parang first and foremost, it's nice to see that there's finally a high-end ebook reader or ano bang proper term basta ganun, ebook reader. Finally na merong higher end aside from the Kindle, meron na din at least, no? Sobrang ganda actually no specs niya. 10.3 inch, yung display mismo, and looking at the specs, yung display area niya, Actually, it's very good. But then, yung pinaka-problema ko dito is its price. Kasi kanina parang hindi ata nakita ni Emman yung price. Dun sa article ni Ram, it's 499 euros. With pencil and folio cover, sure. Pero 499 euros is 28,000 pesos converted. Which is Amazon Kindle na magkano ba ang Amazon Kindle? 5K, 6K, or at most 10K. Sabihin na lang natin 10K. 10K if binili mo pa sa US, you paid taxes, you paid express shipping. But to pay 28K for an ebook na Save the Trees, for me, it's not. Kasi parang yun nga, it's a custom Harmony OS. So it's a limited Android-ish or parang Huawei Android OS. Tapos 4 gig lang yung RAM, 64 gig yung storage. Tapos minamarket ni Huawei na Wi-Fi 6 siya. Wi-Fi 6 Plus pa pala, Diyos ko. Wi-Fi 6 Plus. Sobrang taas ng bandwidth na pwede mong gamitin. But for what? Diba? I mean, magbabasa ka lang ng libro, parang ganun ka ba kabilis magbasa ng text para magamit yung bilis ng Wi-Fi 6 sa paglo-load?
Mga
Hindi
reading
eh.
plan.
Parang, for me, sobrang off ng, ng
Hindi tugma.
sobrang off ng spec na nagdikit sila ng Wi-Fi 6 dyan for the sake of having it. Yung feature na pinakagusto ko dito actually is the smart refresh rate. Tama ba yung term doon? Yeah, the smart refresh rate. Kasi basically when the screen is not moving, kaya niya dial down to 1 hertz or basically refresh rate niya 1 per second lang. So dito sobrang tipid ng battery life mo, which gulat pa ako, hindi pa minarket yun ni Huawei kung ilang hours yung kaya niya. Yung weight 360 grams nakalagay, but for the tinitignan ko lang kasi yung parang yung KV na yung pinakadulong picture dun sa article. Hindi siya minarket na may super device tag dun sa baba na yun na lang sana yung nilagay dun na ilang hours battery life, 'di ba? Ilang shades of gray yung kaya kong basahin, 150 shades of gray ba yung kayang basahin dyan bago malobat, mga ganun. So parang a little bit off yung marketing dito, pero maganda yung voice record while taking notes. Andyan, actually, ang dami niyang parang intuitive features or parang innovative features na very convenient for an e-reader. But then again, yung price, 28,000 or 499 euros, balik tayo doon. It's basically a laptop na entry-level laptop na or high-end tablet na bangga na din sa existing Huawei devices. And for 150 euros more or plus 8,000 pesos more, meron ka ng MateBook E, which is yung 2-in-1 nila na i3 model. And of course, yung MateBook E is a full-fledged PC na pwede maging tablet that has 8 gigs of RAM, double the RAM, and double the storage. Diba? For 8,000 pesos more. And of course, kasama pa yung magnetic keyboard and yung pencil. So, yung 8,000 na yun, sobrang worth it for me na ito na lang. Kasi you're having a Windows device na may tablet function. You can do other stuff than read. And of course, I think the Huawei MateBook E pa is an OLED screen versus dun sa MatePad paper na hindi nilagay kung ano yung screen or hindi ko lang nabasa. But I guess IPS siya. So, dun pa lang yung contrast for the 8,000 peso difference is up and down eh. So, at 28,000, it's a very, very hard no for me kahit di ko pa siya siguro na-review. Sorry, Huawei. But siguro, an acceptable price for the MatePad E or MatePad paper, sorry, would be around 15,000 to 20,000. 28,000 nasa laptop category ka na entry level category or at least all device category ka na. So which is very 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 hard sell for a 300-gram e-reader na sa presyo niya kaya mo pa bumili ng legit na PDF books diyan, 'di ba? Parang I mean, for sure, mauwi yung iba sa pamimirata. That's a different topic altogether. But then again, is that worth it, 'di ba? Kasi 'di ba, alam ko may compatibility din with the PDF files, 'di ba, for these types of display. And since it's a larger display than normal I guess yung sa picture nila parang Kindle size comparison siya eh. So with that size, 'di ba, parang mahirap. And ayun nga, it's 10.9 inch. Yung sa Huawei MateBook E 12.6 na, it's a bigger display, albeit double the weight. But then again, you're getting a 3-in-1 device na. So you have a laptop, you have a tablet, and you can make it an e-reader pa. Plus yun nga, it's a better display altogether, better spec. Yun lang, battery life. For sure, mas matagal yung yung MatePad Paper. And ayun, so Huawei MateBook E, benta nyo dito.
What an ending. Ang masasabi ko lang,
Diba?
bago natin mapakinggan yung ideas and thoughts ni Migs, is you can't spell grant without rant. And we've gotten there for all 3 episodes so far.
For me, hindi naman siya nitpicking siguro, di ba? I mean, for me, those are legitimate concerns na if you are brought along with the hype, hindi mo siya mapapansin. But if you think closely, no, especially it's a 28,000 peso device, presyong RTX 3060 na siya. So, di ba? And it's basically a phone price na medyo mid-range phone na din siya na basically kaya mo din gawin, or for more, di ba? There's a lot of options available. So, I guess if Huawei lowers the price, since this is a Gen 1 product, right?
Yeah.
I guess dito na sila babawi ng R&D, but then Gen 2 siguro nito should come at a lower price. And yung specs siguro, yung internals niya kailangan ayusin. Of course, for me, the marketing, sana pagdating dito sa Pinas, Huawei PH, if you're watching, please emphasize on the battery life, the clearness of the display, and not Wi-Fi 6.
And super device.
And super device. Diba? I mean, super device siya, pero actually, kung pwede mo siya gamitin na sa second monitor, sige, pwede. But then again, sa pictures, parang black and white and other colors lang, wala siyang vibrancy.
Can you imagine if you can turn it into a second monitor?
Puro text lang. Notepad lang pwede.
Labo.
Pero ayun, it's a right, parang right step in the right direction. But considering, yun nga, ito, umalma na ako. Considering it's a Gen 1 product, siguro, sige, the price, pwede na. But then, for Gen 2, I'm already expecting at least half the price.
Okay.
15K to 20K, that's the sweet spot for a premium e-reader. I mean, if lalabas niyan, it's a way better upgrade than a Kindle. Diba? Than an Amazon Kindle. Especially na may region restrictions pa sa atin dito sa Pinas, diba? Tama ba, Ram and Emman? Hindi kayo pwede basta, diba?
Or yun nga, basically. Yung nakita ko na yung price niya.
Yeah.
Hindi ko kasi nakita yung price niya kanina eh.
Yeah.
Hindi ko mahanap for some reason.
Diba?
Pero yun nga, nung na-realize ko yung price, if I had 28,000 on hand and I want a reader, I want to be able to read ebooks, bibili na lang ako ng MatePad 11. Because the MatePad 11...
there's the MatePad 11 for the same price.
Because the MatePad 11 is 2,000 pesos cheaper.
Okay.
And you get a full-fledged tablet, Snapdragon 865 OLED. I think OLED display to eh. I think. I'm not sure. I forgot. But it has a really good display, no? And yeah, just get an app, no? To get your ebook dose of ebook, no?
Sa 2,000 na yun, accessories na yun nung MatePad 11 pa, di ba?
Actually, libre pa nga yung accessory niya doon eh. Kasama na yung folio cover niya at yung M-Pen. So di ba, you really get a better package there, no? If you really want, kung talagang if you want a value, more value, no? An ebook reader plus a lot more, no? A lot more. Oh, yun. So, yun nga. Now that I know the price, medyo mahal nga siya. No? I mean, it is it is quite pricey for what it can do.
Yeah.
Pero it's a good product, di ba? Maganda yung
It
features
is,
niya.
the idea
To
is
Huawei's credit.
the idea is good, no? It's just that, I guess it's because it took probably a lot of
R&D.
the development, no, to do
Mhm.
it, no, to get something like this to work. And yun, so I guess Gen 1 things, no? So, yun na lang. I guess, if you are, siguro, if you're really like a hardcore ebook reader, no?
Mm.
na who's willing to pay anything for a better machine than a Kindle
Yeah.
with the same paper-like experience, then ito yung product for you. But you're gonna have to pay a very, very hefty premium for it. No, you have to accept na uh, hindi siya yung it's not gonna give you the most value, no, in terms of your purchase. It's probably gonna satisfy your craving for a bigger ebook reader and a better, faster ebook reader, I guess, and a bigger screen, no? Like just like an actual book na, no, na malaki na siya eh. So mukha na talaga siya libro, no?
Oh.
I guess that's what you're after. But yun nga, value-wise, it's not the best purchase you can get. No. So, nasa sayo na yun, kumbaga. If
Migs,
you're willing to throw out that money.
Migs, with these insights in mind, ano masabi mo as someone that's not too much into that, with very few experience in these kinds of tech?
Well, tinitingnan ko siya as a bookworm kasi mahilig ako magbasa.
Yeah.
So, ang una kong napansin kasi yung magaling yung tinry nilang may itong, ang tawag dito, feature to yung, wait, tinitingnan ko yung parang may spine. So,
Yeah.
parang yung book spine design. So, parang gets ko yung gusto nilang, yung feel mo parang libro pa rin.
May hawak
Okay
ka.
yun.
Ah.
Ang problema ko lang, yung laki niya, since ako, pag nagbabasa kasi ako ng libro, gusto ko nakahiga or naka-recline. Yung ganyan kalaking device, parang ang hirap mag-relax pag ganyan kalaki. Parang kung naka-recline ka, tapos nakapatong sa tiyan mo, kung may tiyan ka, okay lang. Pero pag ako kasi minsan tumatagilid-tagilid ako, parang ang awkward nung ganyang kalaking display. Parang hindi mo siya magagamit ng matagal kasi hindi naman, syempre pag nagbabasa ka minsan, hindi naman 30 minutes lang yan. Minsan, buong hapon yan lang ginagawa. Parang nakakangawit yung ganyan kalaking screen. Tapos, pero yun nga, yung dagdag naman ng malaking screen is, mas marami kang mababasa sa isang page. Pero, ayun, parang hanggang doon na lang yung edge nun para sa akin. So yun nga, kung pagdating naman sa presyo, katulad ng sinabi nila Sir Emman tsaka ni Grant, parang wala eh, parang magta-tablet na lang ako na maganda nun kasi ganun din eh. Pwede mo rin naman gamiting e-book reader yung tablet, tas may mga mas sleek pa yung design na hindi nakakangawit gamitin. So ayun, parang mas pipiliin ko na lang mag-tablet.
Fair. Honestly, I wrote this like when I saw this come out, I was really excited for it because I have a Kindle and I love this Kindle. I've read quite a lot of books and finished a lot of books on it. The upside for me is that I think having more e-ink devices out is gonna be pretty good. It's gonna invite more people into that space because I think e-ink, once you see it for yourself, like it's hard to see it on photos like these on the website. But if you see it yourself, like it just looks so good. I remember the first time I saw the e-ink was I think on the MRT. Someone was reading on a Kindle. Like, oh my god, like I really want a Kindle. It's like really soft and it's not harsh on the eyes. So I can imagine, since it has a stylus support and it I can imagine like taking down notes would be fun here. Maybe sketching would be nice here. But I think generally the tablet is more of a niche. It's a niche device kind of thing. Again, it's a first generation thing. There are many things that can improve. Aside from the price, which everyone has mentioned, one of my gripes with it is its size. I don't think a 10-inch would be comfortable, as Mig said. If it was around 8-inch or 7, I'd take it. Because one, it fits better in my bag. I used to bring around the 12-inch tablet, I think, with me. That was a Samsung Galaxy One, and that was heavy. And I had to bring like a one of my bigger messenger bags to bring it around, and that was a pain in the butt. Like, as compared to a Kindle, it has a little pouch and it can fit into those. Those small bags like these. The ones that are like a little pouch, basically. Uh, is it will is it worth getting? For me, I think if you're into like the e-ink thing, it's worth checking out. At least if you can experience it for yourself, I think it's good to try. Whether or not it's worth around the 28,000 mark, I'm not too sure. Again, I think it's a niche thing. You'll probably have to enjoy reading using e-ink or writing or sketching, but more on the ball pen or pencil style of art. Yeah, I kind of want to see it. I kind of want to see it for myself. Like I'm willing to try it. If they're gonna bring it here, I'm willing to review it. Wink, wink, Huawei Philippines. Maybe.
Maybe.
Like I know Grant will not enjoy reviewing.
Fast
the-
RAM.
I know he will say no. And Emman, I'm not sure, but I honestly am willing to try it. Just for I'm guessing, like, for the novelty's sake, I'm willing to give it a go. Because again, if it was, I think, if this kicks off and they make a second generation, I think they should offer a smaller version. I think an 8 or 7-inch would be good, just so it's roughly in the size of a Kindle.
Crosswise, lengthwise.
Um, yeah.
Actually, kung ginawa nila parang foldable yan, parang book experience talaga, di ba? Parang
I think
it's a nice
I think if a company makes an e-ink device that's foldable, I think that's gonna be the sweet spot, something that you can.
28,000.
If it was a foldable at 28, I'm probably willing to check it out. Right.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if I'm willing to dish out 28K for this. But again, if they're willing to give us a review unit, I'll gladly take it and review it and see how good it is on a day to day with I don't know, browsing social media, if that's a thing. Taking down.
We can compare it with an actual tablet.
Yeah,
That,
exactly.
we can compare it to the experience of reading the same book with an actual tablet and reading the actual book, diba?
Yeah.
Diba? So which is better. That can be a good
Comparison.
a good comparison. No?
Yeah.
Saan ba mas maganda dito sa e-book reader, sa tablet, o sa actual na libro?
To be honest, I come from a Kindle. I switched to a Kindle, I think, many years ago. Mostly because my back started to hurt and I couldn't bring my thicker books with me. So I decided to get a Kindle so I can buy the thicker book. So I have like things like Necronomicon here, which, if you've seen in shops like Fully Booked, is a massive book. Which, if you're lugging around, is not, it's not feasible. unless you have a car, I guess. But I don't know. We'll have to see if they'll bring it here and how much they'll offer it for. But I think there's a hike. It could be a bit more expensive if it arrives here. What do you guys think? What do you suppose?
Hopefully, it's not. Hopefully, it's a bit less. And if it does get a bit more expensive, no, sana nga mabawi naman sa
So
bundles.
yeah. What here? I think this would be what would be a good price for this kind of device for you guys.
Ano ba?
12 to
Oh,
15.
15 to 20,000.
Yun,
Mm.
15.
Ano bang processor nito? Hindi ko alam
Looking
eh.
at that. 28,000 yung peso peso price.
Yeah, 28 yung
Hindi, anong processor nito?
Converted.
Anong processor nito?
It's not
Wala.
stated.
They didn't say.
Yeah.
Kasi the thing with na-realize ko din, no, the thing with the Kindle kasi is like, I get why it is like that, no? Why it's small, why it's light, why it's less responsive than a tablet. No?
Yeah.
But I guess my complaint with it is yun nga, I guess it's my, pag sanay ka kasi sa phone and sa tablet that you are using 120 Hz display, no? And yung performance niya, you're gonna hahanapin mo yun eh, no? Ako the problem kasi with me for the problem with the Kindle for me is yung performance niya talaga. No, I mean I get why it is like that, no? But I somehow wish that it was at least snappy enough for me to browse to the store without stuttering, no? Or
So
to tap things or select things without the stuttering. No.
So
But
assuming the MatePad paper is more responsive than a Kindle, how much would you be willing to pay for?
siguro I would say mga 10K. Kasi for it to be responsive, I mean, let's face it, how much power do you really need?
Yeah.
How much power do you really need? Is 4 gigs of RAM really more, parang 4 gigs of RAM ba talaga ang kailangan mo for that? I think it's more of the storage siguro. But then again, gaano ba kalaki ang isang ebook, 'di ba? Lalo na if you're gonna put a micro SD card, hindi pala, wala pala. Yeah, if you're gonna put a micro SD card slot there, no? Ako, it's more of the storage for me, the display and the responsiveness. So, kahit salpakan natin ng sabihin natin Snapdragon 400 series, yung bago. 'Di ba? Let's take it as a beginner, as an entry level ebook reader ng malaki, no? Parang gano'n, no? So it's gonna be responsive enough. Kahit 60 Hz yung display, doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be 90 Hz, no? Kahit 60 Hz, no? It's responsive enough, no? Just something that's better in responsiveness than the Kindle, no?
Yeah.
But would retain a price tag that's very accessible. I guess that's the formula for me, no?
Gets.
Some people would prefer more performance than that. Kasi it's like this is gonna be for me like performance, battery life, no, and accessibility.
Yeah.
So yun yung parang perfect balance for me, and I think that yun nga, probably around the 10K, 12K price tag would probably be the sweet spot, no, to me. No?
Yeah. Ako personally, I think to 15. Max na yung 15. No more yung 15. Ano yung price range mo, Migs? Is it 15 to 20?
12 to 15 din.
10 to 15. Gotcha. Let's see if they bring it here and how much it will cost. I think it will all shock. I don't think it will shock us if they bring it.
Maybe we can suggest Huawei if you want to make a light version of that.
Yeah.
No? Something smaller. Some like Mate, ang tawag dito? MatePad E ba to? Sorry, hindi. Yun.
Not sure.
tawag doon, MatePad
Matebook?
paper. MatePad paper. Ayan. So MatePad paper light or something
Mm.
like that. Or maybe MatePad paper 7 inch. MatePad paper 7, something like that. No, something that ginawa na nila yun sa mga
Eh,
tablet nila. They already did it with their tablets, no? With
Imagine,
yung mga ganong naming convention, no? So,
mm,
so I wouldn't be surprised. So, sana, no?
this is their
Sana,
first
sana,
generation.
sana they can offer a more accessible, I guess, version
Yeah.
of this. No, yun lang naman yun.
But
Diba?
I think I think it's innovative enough to at least pique my interest, because some for me it's mostly about interesting tech more than the hard, like the hardcore specs, like with Grant. I'm more of, is it interesting, is it new, more than anything. And for me, this is new, this is fresh, so it really piques my interest. um imagine if they release no a larger size, tapos Huawei made a yellow pad paper.
Sobrang bigat na hassle na, eh.
Pang college student.
Na may whiteboard kang dala.
Ah, grabe. I think that's all of Huawei's releases at MWC 2022. We expect there to be a lot more tech to be announced during the MWC 2022. We will be releasing articles and on the different techs that were announced. But you can expect a rundown of this every Thursday in Weekend Tech with our bossing Gian Viterbo. Yeah, this has been a pretty long discussion and interesting rundown of the different tech that Huawei released at MWC 2022. What can, like, quickly before we end, what can people expect from you guys? Let's go with Emman first.
Yeah. For this week, ano ba? Gagawin ko dapat this week. Yeah. Well, I'm supposed to record a video tomorrow. Well, we've got something very interesting for you guys. No, we have an upcoming raffle. No, I will not spoil you with the details, but I would say that if you're playing Valorant, the game, you'll love it. You'll love it. It's a very, very nice giveaway that I wish na lahat kami meron nun. but yeah, it is quite a nice giveaway. So watch out for it. It will probably be posted sometime this week, hopefully, if they
Yep.
approve, if they approve everything. No. So that's it. And a couple more reviews. We
Mhm.
have Redmi Note 11 series
Mhm.
devices on hand. And we have Migs. Migs is gonna have a review. So he's
Yeah.
gonna have his first full-fledged review. Ayan. So siya magdi-detail nun anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it for me.
Ikaw, Migs, dahil nabanggit ka naman na.
Yun, this week, sana mahabol ulit. Joke lang. Then this week, yung Infinix Note 10 Pro na 2022 full review. Abangan yun.
Nice.
First
Yo,
review. Let's go.
let's go. Ikaw, Grant, what can we expect? What can the viewers and the listeners expect?
So for our last stream, nakita nyo at may sa likod ko maraming GPUs ngayon, isa na lang natira. So ito na lang. And of course, a laptop review from Asus, yung VivoBook Pro OLED. Since
Yun.
we've
Yun
been
na.
talking a lot about OLED displays.
Yeah.
And I guess more GPUs. May RTX 3050 pa ako napaparating.
Yo.
And then last week, nagulat ako, nagising ako, may 3050 sa tapat ng pintuan namin. Buti nga hindi na nakaw. Okay, so at least expect 2 more or 3 more RTX 3050 reviews for March. And yeah, yun lang naman so far for me.
Ako, I'm finishing my my first laptop review, the Asus VivoBook no, ZenBook, sorry. ZenBook 14X OLED. Good luck to
Oh.
me. Our feature articles are on the website
Kaya
already.
na yung may mga OLED na laptop. Kaya na.
Yeah. It's very nice.
Asus. Naman na.
Asus, maybe baka.
Maybe.
Man.
Ako, sinasabi ko
we released recently a featured articles on both the Asus both the Asus laptops. You can check that out on gadgetpilipinas.net. For more updates, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, syempre YouTube, diba? Just look for us, Gadget Pilipinas. Don't forget, abangan niyo yung pag-giveaway namin. And if you guys want to listen to this episode, for those that want to re-listen, or like if you missed out on something, you can always catch it on whichever podcasting platform you choose. But yeah, thank you guys, everyone, for dropping by. Let's say hi to some people. For those that dropped by,
Thank
Sean,
you.
congratulations again. Dinggoy. There was a Tusaran Forte in the chat earlier. Di tayo nakapag-hi kay Alan Abaha. Si Brother Alan, si Brett, si Momo, syempre si John Stephen Reyes. Di kompleto
Always
ang
present yan.
Oo, di kompleto ang Gadget Pilipinas podcast, Blip Bytes, without John. Yeah, thank you guys for dropping by and listening in. We'll catch you next month. Hopefully we'll get more Grant Rants. But yeah, thank you guys for listening and tuning in. Huya! Good night. Love you guys.
Night.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.